A new Tampa Bay Business Journal hits newsstands today, and as always, editor Alexis Muellner is here to talk about some of the week's top business stories. Thanks again for joining us.
Always nice to see you, Dan.
Nice to see you, too. All right, up first, we're going to start with the optimistic economic plan touted by Governor-elect Rick Scott, his infamous 777 plan, and some are still skeptical about it.
Well, we worked with our papers in Orlando and Jacksonville, South Florida. So Tampa Bay Business Journal has colleagues around the state, and we polled our readers, and 60% are skeptical that this can happen. It's a lot of jobs. Economists, on the other hand, are more optimistic. They think that the state, because of all the things that people love about Florida, could grow that in maybe even 5 years. A couple of economists were more optimistic. The key thing is whether or not the governor can affect business regulation, create a climate that allows for some of the things that restrict business development, capital, access to capital, entrepreneurship, to happen, and that would create the kinds of jobs that will be sustaining and really grow the economy. It remains to be seen, but the governor certainly has an optimistic plan, and we'll see what happens.
It's interesting to see how it works. It's kind of a fish out of water almost, going from private business into government.
For us in the business press, there's a lot of fertile ground to cover in the next couple of years. We're excited about that, so we'll see.
Hey, speaking of fertile ground, up next, Pinellas County, apparently a hotbed of innovation.
Well, we looked at patent numbers, and we found out that there's this corridor along Pinellas County that intellectual property applications for patents is up. Along Bryan Dairy Road in Ulmerton, there's a chrome plating facility that does up chrome's bones and cars, and this is the kind of thing that actually is a hotbed for this recovery, because you create jobs and you have businesses that are growing and hiring smart people. Yeah. And who knew? I mean, this is an area where you want to maybe do business with these folks, and this is a place to target for business-to-business kinds of relationships.
A lot of folks come down here just to retire,
but
lay on the beach, do some fishing, but it's a lot more than that.
Yes, indeed.
All right, and finally, a lot of local businesses, a lot of local restaurants, I should qualify that, using locally grown produce now in the restaurants.
Yeah, it's no longer a fad, certainly locally, and places like Cafe Dufresne and Sideburns and Burns, they use local farms, and this adds to the agricultural economy. But in fact, the food tastes better. Corn, when you pick it, the sugar turns to starch, and the faster you get to the table, the better it tastes. And customers will pay for this kinds of fresh produce, and this is a great thing because the food will be better.
Fresher is better.
Indeed.
All right. Thanks, Alexis. Have a great weekend.
Pleasure, Dan.
Appreciate you being here again. For more Business Journal headlines, go to abcactionnews.com/business.